Here's my last question. And it's usually the last question I get asked when I'm doing a radio interview. What do you hope readers will gain by reading your book? During the writing process, I often thought about what I refer to as my readers. It was this panel of invisible people who spent all their time with me at my computer. And I could read the paragraph I'd just written, and I felt the presence of people. I knew that I was not writing this book just simply as a cathartic release of my own past and my own pain. That somehow this book was meant to reach others. That they would gain something by reading it as well. And so the entire process of writing, in the back of my mind, I knew that there were readers. That there would be this shared experience, the writer and the reader, the speaker and the listener. And it's a relationship. And I respected that relationship all through the writing process as I contemplated telling the truth and being honest, saying what I really felt and not what I hoped the readers wanted me to say. I found it very difficult sometimes to tell the truth, to write the truth. And I had a very specific message that I wanted to convey. And that message was to be communicated to me as well as to any person that would read the book. And that message, simply put, is this: you cannot run away from who you are. Now, I was born and raised in polygamy, but that didn't mean that's who I was. And I was born and raised into a hostile, abusive family. That doesn't mean that's who I am. But I was carrying around with me a lot of judgment, pain, resentment, heaviness, depression. Those were mine. They were my responsibility, and I had to take care of them. In my youth, I tried to run away. And in my book, I talk about the experience of escape. There are many forms of escape, and I tried them all. I tried all of them that I could think of. Even suicide. I contemplated suicide many, many times. The only difference was I didn't follow through on that notion. I think I began to realize that even suicide wasn't an escape. Running away from home into the arms of someone else was not an escape. When I got married and left my home, I thought I was free, but I didn't escape anything. The most painful parts went with me. The baggage and the burden of it all, I carried with me into my new home, into my new life, into my marriage, into my parenting. Nothing changed. What was mine was always mine. So my hope for a reader who reads my book, my hope is that they too will find their way back to who they really are, and that it can't be escaped. It is impossible to separate who we've become because of our experiences and who we are at our deepest level. And we wouldn't want to separate them. It's our rich life, the deep and enduring strength of who we are comes from our life experiences, no matter how negative we may have felt about them. It is my greatest hope that someone reading my book will find their own inner soul expressed and touched upon from one human being to another, and that they too can discover that they're not alone. We all share this beautiful world, and we all share pain and suffering right along with joy and pleasure. And it is in this togetherness that healing is most often found. And that is my deepest hope for anyone who might read my book.